Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday to you. It is October 3rd, 2025. We're moving through October beautifully, everybody. Congratulations. I just want to say that because, listen, I know that a lot of people have been on the roller coaster this year. It's been a little bit of a rocky road. And while we enjoy the ice cream of that version, we don't necessarily enjoy the life of that version. And so I just want to tell you, you're doing great today. You are doing wonderfully. You've made it this far. And congratulations. You deserve a little bit of a round of applause this morning. I'm Jessica Dugas, and this is Project Joy Live. It's your triple shot of good vibes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at this 9 a.m. Eastern time hour. It's still sweater weather over here, and I'm feeling like I should have put one on before the show because it's a little chilly. It's starting to get a little chilly by my window, which, like I said before, it gives me energy, but sometimes I might not be able to focus because I might be a little bit chilly, a little bit cold, a little chilly. But let me know if you're enjoying the brisk air, if you do, in fact, have brisk air where you are. I heard from a friend of mine, though, that out in the Midwest that it was like 90 degrees or some nonsense this week. And I said, first of all, that's rude. This is October. I just feel very strongly that when you start to move into the Burr months, should be BRRRR instead of BER, that we should be getting a little bit more crispness in the air. And it's kind of weird to not have that. And this is coming from a very privileged place of growing up here in New England, where we have 4 seasons. When I lived down south, I lived in Alabama and Mississippi and Florida. It was hard in the wintertime because it never really felt truly like winter. That said, when we moved to northern Alabama, when we lived down there, we had a lot of snow from time to time. So that was a little strange. And especially coming back here to Connecticut, in southeastern Connecticut, it's been sort of mild compared to what I had been used to growing up and things like that. And so I don't know, the weather is a weird thing, but we are grateful for it because it always provides us something to talk about and a place to direct our frustrations, because I feel like it's a place where people project a lot of their frustration because it's something we cannot control at all. And that's just it. We are finishing up our series today. I have been talking to you guys about working through reigniting your joy when you feel like quitting. And we started this little mini series on Monday. I followed it up on Wednesday. We're going to finish it off today, which I'm very excited about. I'm not excited about finishing because I never am, but but we're going to finish the topic, and it's been really good so far. And so I encourage you to stick around for that. What else is going on? Let me know that you're there, where you're joining from, what's bringing you joy in your life today. What's bringing me joy today? I have a full day today. I don't know that that's necessarily bringing me joy right this second because I feel a little tired. But we're going to roll with it. We have co-working this morning. I have an episode of The Breakthrough Show coming up at 2 p.m. Eastern time today with my co-host from Beyond 2D, Ferran Dozier. And we're going to be talking about breakthroughs that you can experience in healing the parent-child relationship. That's something that Ferran talks about a lot on his platform. And so we're going to be talking about that. Plus, we'll give you a little insight as to what is still to come for the remainder of this season 3 of Beyond 2D. Which I'm excited to chat about with him. So that's going to be coming up at 2 p.m. Eastern time today. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. What else is bringing me joy today? Let me think. Soul Saturday. We have lots going on. Oh, also bringing me joy coming up very soon. There is a fundraiser happening coming up on. I'm going to try to pull it up on the screen here for you guys. Maybe. Why is it not pulling up? It's not coming up, you guys. Oh, there we go. All right. Dine for Felines fundraiser coming up on Sunday, October 12th, 2025 from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time at 203 Main Street, Middletown, Connecticut. What is there? My friend LaPat's restaurant, Arroy Thai Garden. So this benefit is going to help the cat rescue. It's going to help them be better taken care of, have the things that they need in order to rescue all of these cats. You know, it's a real problem. We are living in a small city in southeastern Connecticut, and there are stray cats everywhere, and they keep breeding, and it's sad. How many feral cats there are around here. And so we appreciate organizations like Oak Tree Crew Incorporated in order to take care of cats and make sure that we don't have as many roaming the streets and not being taken care of in a positive way. And so tickets are $40. You can scan the QR code, and then also you can, if you're not local and you would like to be a part, donate, whatever, I'm going to have a link that I can send you where you can buy something off of their wish list to go towards the raffles. I am donating a couple of my signed books, and so excited about that. And so you'll be able to get signed copies of my books and the raffles and things like that. But it's going to be a really good time. So check out the information, scan the QR code, and instead of having it on the screen up there, I'm actually going to put it in the top side of the screen up there. While I'm chatting, you can go get registered for the tickets. And if you want the link to be able to donate, just comment down below, just say donate. And I will send you privately the Amazon link to take care of some of their wish list for them. Okay. So those are the things that are bringing me the most joy today. We're going to take a super quick break. And when we come back, I'm going to talk to you all about your zone of joyness. And we're going to finish up part 3 of our mini series. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody, to Project Joy Live. Visit our virtual community at thebreakthroughshownetwork.club. It's open 24/7, 365. And we have lots of events going on there. And I'm going to switch up the QR code in the top left corner of the screen to our virtual community, so you can save the page for later. Plus, our calendar's on that page, you guys, so you can save it and know what's coming and when and all that fun stuff. So I want to take you through sort of where we've been in our little mini series and where we're going to go today. So I've been sharing with you guys about this little series that I put together for you guys, designed to reignite your joy when you feel like quitting. In the first day on the first day on Monday, I spoke to you guys about focusing on your purpose. What is your real role for the spaces that you're in? Are you waiting for others to set the tone, or are you clear on your own purpose? And what if joy, your purpose, your reason for being a part of something, is more important than the vibe you wished was in the room or you wished was in the space? What if it matters more that you're there and that you have a role to fulfill? And so we had a couple really lovely, amazing mic drop moments on Monday. On Wednesday, I came back to talk about why your energy can be more contagious than the negativity in a space. The real truth about matching the vibe versus setting the vibe. I kind of like took the microphone and threw it on floor really hard for this one, but I hear a lot of people, bragging about, well, I match energy. And I personally don't think that that's something to really be proud of, because all you're doing is lowering yourself to whatever you don't like in the space. And so it's much more brave, it's much more courageous, it's much more energetic for us to bring the energy in the space. Now, that doesn't discount, and I talked about this, doesn't discount the fact that many of us are very empathetic, and it might be challenging for us when everybody else around us is in this funk and we're just like trying to bring the little basket full of joy. And everybody else is sort of like having that lowness, that, bringing us down sort of energy. But Wednesday was just truly about the reminder that your joy is not fragile, it's transformative. And I think this comes from a sort of narrative that we've experienced throughout time where people haven't necessarily seen joy and happiness and peace and love as like, taking a lot of effort, and I'm here to tell you that it sometimes takes more. It takes more effort to be the light, to be the big bucket of glitter when everybody else wants to be the mud. Okay. And so sometimes it's challenging. So Wednesday was all about what is the energy that you are bringing into a space. Okay. So today is part 3, and I'm very excited because I want to talk to you about your zone of joy-ness. This is coming from a play off of a phrase I hear often, your zone of genius. Raise your hand if you've heard that before. Anybody ever heard about, operating in your zone of genius? It's operating your life out of the space of what you're really good at. What's your zone of genius? What are the things that you are amazing at doing? And so I want to talk to you about operating out of your zone of joy-ness today. And we're going to talk about also the importance of switching things up a little bit if you need to. We're going to reframe that a little bit today. And also I'm going to give you a little trick, because I also want to talk to you about leadership. And I think that's actually where I'm going to start, because I mentioned this briefly on one of the other episodes this week. Excuse me, you guys. I mentioned this briefly on one of the other episodes this week about leadership and how, in general, I am a person who, I have a harder time letting things go than I do, showing up and being consistent. I have had a habit in the past of, letting things go or hanging on to things that maybe I should have let go a little bit sooner. And I think that it's easy to go, well, you got to have more boundaries, Jessica. You've got to know, when it's time to let things go. It's easy to say that. However, I do think it's a real skill, it's not necessarily a negative thing to commit to something and follow through no matter what. And so I understand that, again, it's this sort of narrative like of easy and hard, like what's harder to do. And I think depending on where you're at, either one could be more challenging. So what I like to do is create an if-then boundary to honor my energy. So because it's part of my integrity to show up and follow through on something, I don't just volunteer and then go, well, this doesn't feel good, I quit. I think it's important for me, however, if I show up and the energy is off or really bad or whatever, to create a boundary for myself to say, okay, if I come to 3 more meetings and the energy is still really tough and I'm showing up with all of my bucket of glitter and it's not being appreciated and I'm not making the difference, going back to that purpose that we talked about in the first day, I'm not making the difference that I want to make, things aren't working, then I'm going to go ahead and speak to someone. Or what does the process look like? I'm going to speak to someone. I'm going to shift up how I'm doing things. Or maybe the answer is to, in fact, walk away. Because I'm not here to tell you that you have to stick through, that you have to put up with stuff that's not, in alignment with who you are. But I am here to say that there's value. There's something to be said for in leadership when you make a commitment, showing up and following through on that commitment. So I use that if then boundary to really honor my energy. If I show up in this space and it's not what I hope it's going to be and the energy is off, then I'm going to check my own energy. I'm going to check in with my purpose. I might talk to somebody. And if it's still not working out, then I'm going to go ahead and exit from the space. So using if then is really helpful. It's also powerful to speak up from your zone of joy-ness. Now, this does play in a lot to what we talked about on Monday about, really operating in your space of joy, being the joy, even if others in the space are not, and giving yourself the space to speak up from it. When you focus on what you're there for, what your purpose is, when you go to speak from that space, you are going to light up, and that is going to spread joy, or at least it has the potential to spread more joy. So it's important and it's powerful to speak from your space of joy and give yourself the room to do that. And there's something that really magical that happens. I have sort of an interesting thing taking place right now where I am giving myself that permission at the same time that it's being offered more to me. If that makes sense, it's being offered more to speak from, to have a platform, or to have the space to speak, to have the space to share. And it's something really magical that happens when you allow yourself to speak from that joy, then more people give you the space to share that joy, and so it's really cool that happens. I also want to mention how aligning with your purpose helps you to stop people pleasing. And when I talk about people pleasing, I don't talk about it as a flaw. I wrote an article a while back about leaning into the people pleaser in you, because I don't like this conversation about looking at things as automatically as a horrible thing, because then when we go, I need to stop this, and you're talking about trying to stop something that is so natural to you, when you go to do that, it can literally feel like, cutting off a limb. You know what I mean? Like, it can feel like cutting off a piece of who you are. And for so many of us, we like to see people happy. We like to make other people happy. We like to create a space of joy for other people. And so if someone says to me, well, Jessica, you need to stop worrying about other people. You need to stop people pleasing. That doesn't feel natural to me. I think there's a line with people pleasing that you can take it over, and that's what we have to watch, not the joy and the happiness that we're trying to create for other people. But when you align with your purpose and why you're in a space, it can stop us from worrying so much about the vibe that other people are creating. Again, speaking from our zone of joy-ness rather than waiting for someone else to speak for theirs. Then we need to know, like the great Reverend Kenny Rogers says, you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. How do you know when it's time to lovingly walk away? And for me, it goes back to that if-then boundary. If I have gone through all the steps that I feel like I need to know that I am honoring myself in any given space, I have spoken to people, I've communicated my frustrations from my zone of joy-ness, not from a space of, whatever else outside of that. I've shared my frustration. I have gone through the things. I know why I'm there. I have attempted to change or check my own vibe at the door. If it still doesn't feel right after I have gone through those things, then it's time to lovingly walk away. And so if your joy doesn't fit in the space that you're in, That doesn't make you wrong. It just might mean it's time for you to be in a different room. There is really something to be said for being in the right space at the right time. I was sharing Monday about my excitement about being offered the opportunity to share graphics and things that I'm doing in the Go Brunch community in a couple different spaces. And it's amazing because, you know, for years I have felt really drawn to creating these pieces of digital art and things like that, but it hasn't necessarily been appreciated in some of the spaces that I'm in. So now that I'm in a different space, I'm in a different room with people that appreciate it, it's changed the vibe completely, and I have even more joy around the digital things that I'm creating. And so it really could be that you're just simply in the wrong room, and it's okay for you to walk away. As much of a nostalgia person that I am, as much as of a follow through and act with integrity, and if you make a promise, keep it. Ultimately, if you've communicated your things and you've done everything you know how to do, then it's okay to walk away. And so this is your permission slip to do that today. All right. All right, you guys, we're going to take a super quick break. And when we come back, more of Project Joy Live. Let's do it.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. Happy Friday, everybody. It's October 3rd, 2025. I'm Jessica Dugas, and I hope you've enjoyed this little mini series this week of what to do when you feel like, the vibe is off in the space that you've signed up for, the room that you're in, or any of those things. It is so important to check ourselves first. And I think that that's the biggest message that I would leave for this. I want to check in on some of the comments that have come in. First of all, genius and Joy-ness are similarly expressed. Ollie says, yes. I love your zone of Joy-ness. I'm going to use that from here on out. Because really, there's things that we could be a genius in, we could be really good at doing something, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it brings us a lot of joy. So I really want to lean into that sort of that Venn diagram, if you will, of what we're good at and what brings us a whole hell of a lot of joy. Sean Michael is joining us this morning. Good morning, Sean. It's good to see you. Happy Friday. Yes, it's a good day. People pleasing is not a flaw. I mean, it really isn't. And the article that I wrote about that a few years back, truly, it shook some people because in the personal and spiritual development world, we're told that people pleasing is a bad thing. And it's not that it's not a bad thing. We have to watch watch how far we're going with it. And we have to make sure that we're not neglecting our own self in the process of pleasing other people or bringing joy or happiness or peace or love to others, right? Ollie is not Ollie without the people pleaser aspect, right? It's like cutting off an arm. When you say to people, stop people pleasing, truly, for some of us, it's like cutting off a limb. Really, you don't have to be less. You just have to honor your boundaries at the same time. At the same time. There you go. Lovingly walk away. It is the Energizer Bunny. I just keep going and going. Truly. And I was having and I apologize before because I was having some focus issues because I'm dealing with some pain this morning, and I'm just kind of like, I'm operating from my zone of joyness, which is the reason I'm able to be on and still be here with you guys today. But yes, genius and joy. I love that with the J's. Ollie always with the wordplay, and I'm here for it. I love it. So let me know if you've enjoyed this series. And with that, we are going to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to you. All right, you guys, I'm bringing up my notes. The amazing Gwen Stefani is 56 years old today. She was in the band No Doubt, done a lot on her own, now married to Blake Shelton. It's the cutest thing ever. Happy 56th birthday to Gwen Stefani. Tommy Lee, 63 years old, the drummer for the Motley Crue. I just did that. Motley Crue. Happy birthday, Tommy Lee. Actress Neve Campbell, 52 years old. My sadness, because Neve Campbell was supposed to be at last 90s Con and she had to cancel last minute. And I was very sad because I've always wanted to meet her ever since Party of Five. So maybe another time. Actor Sean William Scott, 49 years old, otherwise known as Stifler from the American Pie movies, among many other movies. Dude, Where's My Car? I can't even name all of them right now, but happy birthday, Sean William Scott. All right. Kariko Agena, I think is how you pronounce her name, but she played one of Rory's friends in Gilmore Girls. All right. I almost fell off my chair this morning because I'm hoping I said her name right, but she is 52 years old today and she looks like she's 20. Like truly, it took me back. I really thought that but see, when I think about when Gilmore Girls came out, unconsciously, it makes sense that she's, in me and my husband's age range, but it just took me back. She looks so young. So happy 52nd birthday, Kariko. I don't know, man. It just took me out. But I have a feeling that at this age, it's just going to keep happening. So Kevin Richardson, one of the founding members of the Backstreet Boys, is 54 years old today. Happy birthday, Kevin. I'm also sad because we have two members of the Backstreet Boys that have been confirmed for 90s Con next year in March. And I'm sad because Kevin is not one of them, but AJ is going to be there as well as I can't do it right now. I don't have the notes up, but I'm sad Kevin's not going to be there. Also the celebrities in my life, Kathy and Allison, two people in my life who were very present during the first really long bout of COVID I had a few years ago, and really, really was struggling. And they both were in different places and in different ways helped me out at that time. And so just really thankful to them and happy birthday to both of them as well. Let me make sure that, Okay. Well, first of all, yesterday was the heavenly birthday of Ollie's granny. I love that. So let me put Ollie's granny. Okay. And then, on the 14th, Shawn Michael is going to celebrate the 39th edition of his 18th birthday. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. By the way, okay, so on the 14th, come watch the show, Shawn Michael. Okay, let me write it down. Shawn Michael, come watch the show on the 13th, Shawn Michael, and I will make sure to include you into our fabulous birthday song on that day. Okay. All right. That perpetually 18. Hey, listen, I say lean into whatever you need to lean into. Celebrating. How do you, I should probably count that. How many days? I wonder how many days I have been on Earth. Let me go. Let me Google this really. I'm going to have some fun with you guys. Okay. If I was born on February 4th, okay, I can't talk and type at the same time. Okay. Okay, I have been on the planet 16,310 days. And it includes this 11 leap years that have happened during that time. That's fantastic. I'm going to celebrate. I got to figure out when my when mine is. That's it. Okay, that's what I'm going to do from here. That's fun. What in the world is that? Sean, I think it was a mistake, but see, now we're down a rabbit hole. Okay, let's finish up birthdays, you guys. All right, here we go. Drum roll, please. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gwen Stefani, Tommy Lee, Nev Campbell, Sean Williams, Scott, Kariko, Agina, Kevin Richardson, Kathy, Allison, and Ollie's granny. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating. Oh, this is fun. Look what you have started, Ollie. Thank you so much for this. That's okay, Sean. Rez is here over 20.5 thousand days on the planet. Congratulations, Rez. And Sean says 20,808 days for Sean. How fun is that? How fun is that? I'm going to start calculating days from here on out. And I think about Alice in Wonderland, you guys, and remember the very unbirthday song? Very merry unbirthday to you, a very merry unbirthday to you, I think every day could be her birthday. Why? Because I love cake. That's a whole other conversation. What is happening this weekend on the Breakthrough Show Network? Let's figure it out. All right. Coming up this morning, after we leave here, it's virtual co-working. Head over to the Breakthrough Show Network club, the Breakthrough Show Network .club. Let me put the little QR up here for you guys. So boop. So you can do that. The Breakthrough Show Network.club. We check in at 9:55. We work together from 10 to 12 for virtual co-working, Pomodoro style, 4 rounds of 25 minutes. Let's see how much we can get done. I will also be back here at 2 p.m. Eastern time today for another episode of The Breakthrough Show with my fabulous guest and my amazing co-host for Beyond 2D. Ferran Dozier is going to be here today, and we're going to talk about healing the parent-child relationship. Whether you have children or you are the child of someone else, which you are. We're going to talk about that. It's a huge part of Ferran's platform, and I'm really excited to share about that. Plus, we're going to tell you what's coming up on the rest of the season of Beyond 2D, everybody, okay? Tune in 2 p.m. Eastern time right here on the Breakthrough Show Network for that. Make sure you are subscribed. Tomorrow, we start the day every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern time with Saturday morning vibes, Morning Vibes Radio. I play some uplifting music from 8 to 9:30 a.m. Then at 9:30 a.m., we go into our Soul Saturday morning coffee community hour. We have a question, we marinate on it, we share it together. It's in a locked private room. It's not getting out, nothing's getting outside that door. It's like Vegas. All right. And so come join us for that, 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Also tomorrow, Brittany is hosting her Harnessing the Energy of Color workshop. If you have not registered yet, I'm going to put the link in the comments for you guys. Okay. It's a 2-hour workshop. Brittany's going to take you through and talk to you about color and using color intentionally in your life to make it better, to make it exactly the vibe that you want it to be. All right. And then Sunday, we have an all new episode of Spirit Sessions, A View of the Light, coming up at 12 p.m. Eastern time. Messages and meditations for the Libra energy. Though anybody can come, there will be messages for everyone else too. Next week, I'll be back for 3 all-new episodes of Project Joy Live. I've got Trista on Monday, Olivia on Tuesday, and my daughter Margine on Friday. Why? Because Tuesday is her 16th birthday, and she's going to come on and share about all that fun stuff. So I will see you guys then. What else do I have to share? Sang is here, and she's late, everybody, but she is chocolate, as Holly said. Yes, now we can. Ollie, you have started a ruckus. You're started a ruckus over here. So we have co-working coming up. We have lots of stuff happening. Also, I have an ask for you this morning. Are you ready for it? I'm going to actually change that little QR code really quickly so that you can save it. And I'm also going to put the link down in the comments. If you have ever been positively touched by the Breakthrough Show Network, whether you have been a host, a co-host, an event host, a guest, an audience member, an attendee, we would love for you to leave a testimonial at the link that I put below, or the I think it's this way, the QR code up in the corner. I would love for you to do that. Please take a couple minutes of your time. I would really, really appreciate it. We are doing some revamping behind the scenes early this year. And so we can have a good footing going into 2026. And so I'm really excited about that. And I would love for you to take a minute of your time and share your thoughts with us. If I or the Breakthrough Show Network have helped you in any way, you have enjoyed a show, whatever. If you've had a good damn time here, please leave a testimonial. I appreciate it. Saying, I wish you would. As long as we are seeing like bubbles in a head. You can also not be on camera. You can leave an audio version, you can leave a text version, or you can leave a bubble bath version. Okay, please and thank you. Sean Michael, will you be leaving a bubble bath version? I am writing a book, Reborn at 50, Your Real Life Starts Now, the Midlife Rebellion Manual for people who refuse to fail. How fun is that? That is amazing. I don't do Substack, and I'm not going to talk about that today because it doesn't bring me joy, and the show's called Project Joy. But I appreciate that, and please do keep us up to date and let us know when your book comes out, because you should come on the show and talk about it. Mm-hmm. All right. Yes, please. Please, from the bubble bath. All right. Now, this is not a call for all of you to do it from the bubble bath. All right. But because eventually the novelty will wear off. All right. But I definitely, it's so on brand for Sang. I just feel like saying this is going to make this happen, and it will be so on brand for her. Okay. All of these things. Yes. G-rated, please. I can't wait to read the book too. It's something that's so needed. And okay, you guys, I need you to, I know we've totally gone down a rabbit hole now, but send some good vibes, because I am in talks with someone to bring a new show to the network. That's specifically for our older friends in the audience. Okay. And this show is so needed. One, it's needed because of what it is for everybody in the world, but it is needed on the Breakthrough Show Network because I have always, not even on purpose, not even on purpose, have always attracted a huge age range of people here on the Breakthrough Show Network. It's something that I'm actually really proud of, because over time, people told me that I had to only go for one particular, age range of people. And I have just always said BS, because I was raised partly by my grandparents. And so I grew up with the older generation. I still connected to the younger people. I had friends that were in, younger grades than me and stuff in school. And so I just really feel like there's so much value in the meshing of different eras and age ranges. There's so much we can learn from each other. And so please send the good vibes that this show works out for the network, because I think it is so needed. So send the good vibes for that. All of that being said, I thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate you. I appreciate you if you've saved the link to go leave us a testimonial. I appreciate you being here for this series this week. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it was valuable for you, truly. I'm Jessica Dugas, and I'll be back with you this afternoon for the Breakthrough Show at 2 p.m. Eastern Time with Ferran Dozier. Until next time, I want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.